Hey there, friends. Welcome to Just the Gems. I'm Brandon, and we're changing it up a little bit. I know that primarily this is a JRPG channel where I nerd out about role-playing games like Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy, but today I want to talk a little bit about Silent Hill. Many of you, if you're watching this, probably watched the Silent Hill transmission this afternoon, and I'm sure everybody has thoughts on the Silent Hill transmission from this afternoon. I certainly have thoughts on the Silent Hill transmission from this afternoon. So if you normally show up for the JRPG content, I totally get it if you want to hit the road on this one. Doesn't hurt my feelings at all. It hurts my feelings a little bit, but I understand. But I am an equally big horror game fan, so I can't deny that part of myself anymore. So I think the best way to tackle this is just to go in chronological order and cover the things in the order that they covered them. So starting out with Bloober Team's remake adaptation of Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2 is one of the classics of the horror genre. Most people hold it in the same level of esteem as games like Fatal Frame 2, just the pinnacle of horror games. For me personally, I think Silent Hill 2 is one of the greatest games of all time. I did not, however, think it was as scary as Silent Hill 1. Now, some of that might have been because I was younger when Silent Hill 1 came out. I played it primarily alone in my room at night because I don't think my parents would have appreciated me playing it, so I kind of did it on the DL. So that probably added a little bit to the fear factor. And going back and playing Silent Hill 1 in later years, I don't necessarily think that it's actually scarier than Silent Hill 2. Anyway, doesn't matter. My point is, Silent Hill 2 is one of the best games ever made. So the fact that it's getting a remake, the fact that it's getting attention in 2022, or 23, 24, whenever this actually comes out, is remarkable, right? Like, this game is over 20 years old already, and it's great to see that Konami is taking a chance on, bringing this game to a new audience and letting people like me, who look at the world through rose-colored glasses anyway, a chance to revisit this game with modern updates. Also fantastic that Akira Yamaoka is involved, one of the best horror game composers that has ever lived. My one great secret hope is that they will find some way to include that song from the Silent Hill 3 soundtrack, the one about the talking insects and birds.
Now, hear the forest talking insects and birds. Does the scent of soil and beast breathe a life into the animal you hide?
Yeah, that one. Great song. Very stupid. A lot of people seem to have a problem with Bloober Team. I haven't played all of their games. I've played a couple. I don't know. I think they do a good job. I thought Layers of Fear was pretty scary. Is it the best narrative that's ever been portrayed in a horror game? Maybe not, but they're working with a pre-established narrative in the Silent Hill 2 remake, so I'm not super worried about that aspect of things. I think Bloober Team will do a fine job at modernizing Silent Hill 2. I know a lot of people are like, don't remake Silent Hill 2, don't touch the classics, leave them as they are, you're ruining it. I couldn't possibly disagree with that mindset more. Remaking a thing does not negate the original thing. It is totally fine to completely ignore a video game. I know, it's crazy. The idea is just boggles the mind. But you can just ignore a remake of a game that you love if you don't want to play it. If you're afraid that it's going to ruin its legacy, I don't think that's true. I think critics have a long enough memory to know how they felt about the original game and not necessarily hold how they feel about the new game against the original game. I just had to get that off my chest. Everybody on Twitter is blowing up about how Silent Hill 2 should not be touched and it is the perfect game. First of all, no, it's not. Second of all, it's fine. Don't play it. It's cool. It'll be fine without you. Your life will probably be happier without playing it, and mine will be happier because I get to enjoy it, or I end up hating it and I eat these words. We'll see. Anyway, moving on to the next piece of the puzzle. Just the most vague teaser for a game called Silent Hill Townfall. Loving the pun game. A+ on the puns. Fantastic. So this is coming to us from developer No Code, which brought us the game Stories Untold, which, if you have not checked it out, I highly recommend it. As a short, self-contained horror experience, it is fantastic. You can get it on Steam. So when I heard that they were involved with this, that they were the people behind that game, I was just like, yep, okay, I'm in. Sign me up. So there's not a whole lot of detail, obviously, from this cryptic teaser. We get one of those little portable, it looks like one of those like little portable TVs, right? Yeah, it's got a screen. Yeah, a little CRTV. Okay. I don't know what they're trying to communicate with this. There's a beach that's there too, the tide coming in and out. And the name of the game is a pun. I won't hold that against it. But with the people behind it, I'm going to say that I'm excited about this one. Next up, we had Christoph Gans telling us about his new film, Return to Silent Hill. He was the director and writer of the original Silent Hill film adaptation from 2006, I want to say. And I personally was a pretty big fan of that movie. It scared the crap out of me, for one thing. And for another thing, you know, I thought it was just so true to the style and the spirit of Silent Hill. It didn't execute everything perfectly. The story was a little wonky. Some of the changes that they made, I think, to try to maybe dumb it down a little bit for, you know, stupid American. I don't think that all of those changes worked in its favor, and I think the critical reception speaks to that. It was not the most warmly received. I mean, pretty much universally it was praised for its visual design. And the visual design is basically straight from the game. Did a really good job of using a lot of practical effects to recreate the monsters and the environments that you experience in Silent Hill. So the fact that Christoph Gans himself is stepping back into the role of writer and director for this new film. They don't even mention the second film in the transmission. Anybody else notice that? Yeah, I can't really say that I blame them. I did see the second Silent Hill movie in theaters by myself as a personal low. I'm cautiously optimistic that they will be able to learn from where the first film kind of went wrong and make some changes and keep what they did right and make a really good movie out of Silent Hill. And the fact that they're adapting Silent Hill 2, which I remember reading an interview with Christoph Gans way back in 2005 or 2006, where he said his original plan was he had wanted to adapt Silent Hill 2 as a movie because that's the one that has the most potential as a standalone movie. But he felt like he couldn't do that because the lore of the town needed to be anyway, the point is now he's finally able to do what it is that he wanted to do all those years ago. So looking forward to it. Silent Hill merchandise. So lots of 1/6 scale figures. James, Maria, and Red Pyramid Thing. They are wholeheartedly just rejecting the Pyramid Head name, I guess. Red Pyramid Thing is what we're going to be going with. So Red Pyramid Thing it is. I love the designs of the characters and the monsters and the settings of Silent Hill. I don't want to decorate my room with them, if that makes sense, because they're gross. They're icky. And that's the point. It's not a slap in the face of the designers. They did a great job. They made something so vile and disgusting, I don't want to put it in my house. That means that I'm probably not the target market for these figurines. Moving on. And then we get to Silent Hill Ascension. Can anybody hop into the comments and tell me what is Silent Hill Ascension? I watched the segment in the transmission, all 5 or 10 minutes of it. I could not tell you what it is. It's a thing you watch, but it's a game, but you choose the canon of, like, J.J. Abrams is involved. I don't know. I honestly, I'm gonna do my best to withhold judgment on this one because I don't know what it is, and they didn't do a great job of explaining it. The thing that's a little bit concerning to me is they're saying it's launching in 2023. That means it is potentially a year or maybe less from coming out, and they really didn't show us anything, and they didn't, in my opinion, do a great job of explaining what it is. Now, maybe I'm just a dumb. I'm one of those dumb Americans I mentioned, so it's possible it just flew over my head. Maybe I was distracted when this part was on. I don't know. But so if you can help me out, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Anyway, moving on. Finally, Silent Hill F, which is just what? I am intrigued by Silent Hill F. For one, it looks like it's written by the person who wrote the When They Cry series, Higurashi When They Cry. They could have just had a white background with black text that said story by Ryukishi 07, and I would have been like, all right, sure. Here's my $60 or $70 now, whatever it is. The fact that it's this kind of like 60s Japan take on the Silent Hill mythos somehow, I'm assuming. I mean, there were like flowers and fungus or something, so I mean, it wasn't strictly speaking traditional looking Silent Hill. There was some fog, I noticed, a little bit of fog in there. Anyway, very interesting. I am just so glad that Silent Hill is coming back. I mean, I would have been fine with one game, but the fact that they're just throwing so many things at us, I know that might not bode well. Some people might take the perspective that, well, they're just throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks and it's all going to be garbage. I mean, maybe, I guess. I don't know. In this workaday world, you got to believe in something, and I'm choosing to believe that at least one of these projects is going to be very good, if not great. And you know what? Maybe they all will be, and I will just be blown away. And regardless, just the fact that Silent Hill is back, even if it never quite reaches the heights that it did in Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3, the fact that it's back, the fact that it is continuing on, that new creators are getting involved, working in tandem with the original creators, like, that is important to me. I don't know. That seems weird and a little that seems a little elevated, maybe. Like, maybe I'm overstating things, but it does feel kind of important to me that that's happening. Konami, I wish you the best of luck. Everyone, thank you for watching this little video that I put together for you. Again, if you would please like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Let me know what you thought of the Silent Hill transmission down in the comments. I would love to talk with you some more about it. I'm excited. I'm, like I said, cautiously optimistic. So let's go back to Silent Hill, everybody. It's time. Okay, bye.